First contact. The vastness of space stretched before Captain Elara Chen as she gazed out the viewport of the ESS horizon. Countless stars twinkled against the inky blackness, a constant reminder of humanity's relentless drive to explore the unknown. After months of travel, they had finally reached their destination, Kepler 452 bits, a planet that had captured the imagination of scientists and dreamers alike. "Captain, we're entering orbit now," Lieutenant Marcus Rees announced from his station at the helm. His fingers danced across the holographic controls, guiding the massive ship into a stable trajectory around the Earth-like planet below. Elara nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the blue and green orb that filled their view. "Initiate full planetary scan. I want to know everything about this place before we even think about setting foot on it." As the crew bustled with activity, running diagnostics and preparing for their first close encounter with Kepler 452 bits, Elara couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. This mission represented the culmination of decades of technological advancement and scientific breakthroughs. They were the first humans to venture this far into the galaxy, carrying with them the hopes and dreams of their entire species. Hours passed as the horizon's advanced sensors probed the planet's surface and atmosphere. Dr. Amelia Sutto, the mission's lead xenobiologist, pored over the incoming data with growing excitement. "Captain, you need to see this," Amelia called out, her voice tinged with awe. She brought up a holographic display in the center of the bridge, showing a detailed topographical map of the planet's surface. Elara leaned in, her brow furrowed as she studied the image. "What am I looking at, Doctor?" Amelia's fingers traced a series of perfectly straight lines crisscrossing the planet's northern continent. "These formations are too precise to be natural. And look here," she zoomed in on a particular area, revealing a massive geometric structure partially hidden beneath dense foliage. "This is undeniably artificial." A hush fell over the bridge as the implications sank in. They had come seeking a new world for humanity to potentially colonize, but instead they had stumbled upon something far more extraordinary, evidence of an alien civilization. "Are there any signs of active technology or life forms?" Elara asked, her mind racing with possibilities and potential dangers. Amelia shook her head. "Nothing conclusive. The structure appears to be ancient, possibly dormant for millennia. But its mere existence changes everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe." Elara took a deep breath, weighing her options. Protocol dictated that they should report their findings to Earth and await further instructions. But the thought of sitting in orbit for months, watching this monumental discovery from afar, was unbearable. "Prepare a landing party," she announced, her decision made. "We'll take the shuttle down for a preliminary investigation. Dr. Seto, you're with me. Lieutenant Rees, you have the con." As they suited up in the Horizon's airlock, Elara caught Amelia's eye. The scientist was practically vibrating with excitement, her usual composure cracking under the weight of the moment. "Remember," Elara cautioned, "we have no idea what we're walking into down there. Stay alert, and at the first sign of trouble, we abort." "Understood." Amelia nodded, forcing herself to focus. "Understood, Captain, but just think of what we might learn. This could revolutionize our understanding of extraterrestrial life, of the very fabric of the universe itself." The shuttle's descent through Kepler 452 bits' atmosphere was smooth, a testament to the skills of their pilot, Ensign Zara Kamal. As they broke through the cloud cover, a vast landscape of purple-hued vegetation spread out beneath them, punctuated by winding rivers of a startling crimson. "It's beautiful," Zara breathed, momentarily forgetting her professional demeanor. Elara had to agree, but her attention was fixed on their destination, the massive structure they had detected from orbit. As they drew closer, its true scale became apparent. What had seemed like a modest building from space revealed itself to be a colossal complex, easily dwarfing the largest human constructions. The shuttle touched down in a clearing near the structure's base. Ilara was the first to step out, her boots sinking slightly into the alien soil. The air, while breathable according to their scans, carried an unfamiliar scent, something floral and metallic at the same time. "Fan out, but stay within visual range," Ilara ordered as the rest of the team disembarked. "Amelia, you're with me. Let's see if we can find an entrance to this thing." As they approached the towering edifice, its surface seemed to shift and ripple, defying their attempts to focus on any one part. It was as if the entire structure was made of some kind of living metal, constantly in motion yet eerily silent. "Incredible," Amelia murmured, running her scanner over the wall. "The material composition is unlike anything in our database. It's not just metal. There are organic compounds interwoven at the molecular level." Ilara reached out, her gloved hand hovering just above the surface. "Is it safe to touch?" Before Amelia could answer, a seam appeared in the wall, spreading outward like a blooming flower. The team stumbled back, weapons raised instinctively as a doorway materialized before them. "Hold your fire," Ilara commanded, her heart pounding. She took a tentative step forward, peering into the darkness beyond the threshold. "Hello, is anyone there?" Silence greeted her words, but as her eyes adjusted to the gloom, she could make out a long corridor stretching into the heart of the structure. Strange symbols adorned the walls, pulsing with a faint, otherworldly light. "Captain," Amelia's voice was barely above a whisper, "I'm detecting a power source deeper inside. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. The energy readings are off the charts." Ilara knew she should err on the side of caution, should call for backup or at least inform the horizon of their situation. But a voice in the back of her mind, the same one that had driven her to explore the stars, urged her forward. "We're going in," she announced, ignoring the nervous glances exchanged by her team. "Stay alert and keep your comms open. If anything feels off, we retreat immediately." As they ventured deeper into the alien structure, the air grew thick with an electric charge. The walls seemed to pulse in time with their footsteps, as if the entire building was somehow alive and aware of their presence. They emerged into a vast chamber, its ceiling lost in shadows high above. At its center stood a pillar of swirling energy, tendrils of light reaching out like the branches of a cosmic tree. "My God," Amelia breathed, her scanner forgotten as she stared in awe at the spectacle before them. Ilara felt it too, a sense of insignificance in the face of something so ancient and powerful. But mixed with that awe was a growing unease. They were in over their heads, tampering with forces they couldn't begin to comprehend. As if responding to her thoughts, the energy pillar suddenly pulsed, sending a shockwave through the chamber. The team was thrown off their feet, and Ilara's world exploded into blinding light. When she blinked away the spots in her vision, she found herself alone in a featureless white void. Panic gripped her as she spun around, searching for her team, for any sign of the alien structure. "Hello, Ilara Chen," a voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere at once. It was neither male nor female, neither young nor old, but somehow encompassed all possibilities at once. "Who are you?" Ilara demanded, fighting to keep her voice steady. "What have you done with my team?" A figure began to coalesce before her, its form shifting and changing with each passing moment. Sometimes it appeared humanoid, other times it twisted into shapes her mind struggled to comprehend. "We are the Guardians," the being explained, its voice resonating in Ilara's very bones. "We have waited eons for a species worthy of our legacy to find us. You, Ilara Chen, and your kind, may be the ones we have sought." Ilara's mind reeled, struggling to process the implications of the being's words. "What? What legacy? What do you want from us?" The Guardian's form settled into something vaguely humanoid, though its features remained indistinct. "We are once as you are, curious, ambitious, seeking to understand the cosmos. But we evolved beyond the constraints of physical form, becoming custodians of knowledge and power beyond your current comprehension." As it spoke, images flashed through Ilara's mind, Glimpses of technologies and discoveries that made humanity's greatest achievements seem like a child's toys. She saw worlds transformed, stars harnessed, and the very fabric of reality bent to the will of these beings. But why us? Ilara asked, overwhelmed by the torrent of information. Why now? The Guardian's form rippled, a gesture that might have been the alien equivalent of a shrug. The universe is vast and sentient life is rare. You have proven your potential by reaching this world, by daring to explore beyond the boundaries of your home. But potential is not enough. You must be tested. A chill ran down Ilara's spine. Tested how? Your species stands at a crossroads, the Guardian explained. You have the capacity for great creation and great destruction. The trials ahead will determine whether you are ready for the responsibility that comes with our legacy. Be warned, the challenges you face will push you to your limits and beyond. Many may perish in the process. Ilara's jaw clenched, a surge of defiance rising within her. We didn't come all this way to be your lab rats. Whatever trials you have in mind, we'll face them on our own terms. For a moment, she thought she detected a flicker of approval in the Guardian's ever-shifting form. Your courage is noted, Ilara Chen. But remember, the fate of your entire species now hangs in the balance. Choose your path wisely. Before Ilara could respond, the white void dissolved around her. She found herself back in the alien chamber, surrounded by her disoriented team. The energy pillar had vanished, leaving behind a sense of profound absence. Captain, Amelia's voice was shaky as she helped Ilara to her feet. What just happened? Ilara looked around at her team, seeing the confusion and fear in their eyes. She thought of the Guardian's warning, of the monumental task that now lay before them. With a deep breath, she straightened her shoulders, projecting a confidence she didn't entirely feel. Get everyone back to the shuttle, she ordered. We need to return to the horizon immediately. Earth needs to know. Everything has changed. As they made their way back through the now silent alien structure, Ilara's mind raced with the implications of what she had learned. Humanity had sought to explore the stars, to push the boundaries of their knowledge and capabilities. Now, they found themselves thrust onto a cosmic stage, players in a game whose rules they had yet to fully grasp. The trials ahead would test them in ways they couldn't imagine. But as Ilara looked at her team, representatives of humanity's best and brightest, she felt a glimmer of hope. Whatever challenges the Guardians had in store, whatever dangers lurked in the vast expanse of space, they would face them together. As the shuttle lifted off, carrying them back to the horizon and the long journey home, Ilara cast one last glance at the alien structure below. It stood silent and inscrutable, a monument to possibilities both thrilling and terrifying. The true test of humanity was about to begin. The cosmic crucible. Captain Ilara Chen stood before the United Earth Council, her holographic form flickering slightly as she delivered her report. The chamber was dead silent, counselors from every corner of the globe hanging on her every word. The alien entity, which calls itself a Guardian, has issued humanity a challenge, Ilara explained, her voice steady despite the weight of her words. We are to undergo a series of trials to prove our worthiness for their legacy. The nature of these trials remains unclear, but the stakes couldn't be higher. Councillor Zhang Wei, representing the Asian Alliance, leaned forward. And if we refuse its challenge, surely we can't allow some unknown alien force to dictate the fate of our species. Ilara shook her head. The Guardian made it clear. Our discovery of their outpost on Kepler 452 bits has set events in motion that cannot be undone. We either face the trials or, she paused, letting the implication hang in the air. Or we face extinction, finished Councillor Amal Nkosi, her usually calm demeanor shaken. As debates erupted among the councillors, a chime sounded throughout the chamber. All eyes turned to the central holo display, where a strangely familiar symbol pulsed with otherworldly light. Greetings, leaders of Earth, a voice resonated, somehow understood by all despite speaking no recognizable language. The Guardian's shifting form materialized, causing gasps and murmurs throughout the chamber. The time has come for your first trial, the being announced. You have one planetary rotation to select a team of your finest minds and warriors. They will face the cosmic crucible, a test of intellect, adaptability, and courage that will push the boundaries of human potential. Before anyone could respond, the Guardian's form dissipated, leaving behind a set of coordinates hovering in the air. Ilara's mind raced. One day to assemble a team that would represent all of humanity. It seemed impossible. Yet as she looked around the chamber, seeing the determination in the eyes of Earth's leaders, she felt a spark of hope. "Council," she said, her voice cutting through the chaos, "I volunteer to lead this mission. The crew of the Horizon has already encountered the Guardian technology. We stand the best chance of success." Councillor Wei nodded slowly. "Agreed, but we need more than just your crew, Captain. We need the best Earth has to offer." Over the next 24 hours, a flurry of activity unlike anything in human history unfolded. The brightest minds and most capable individuals from every nation were gathered, vetted, and prepared for a mission beyond imagination. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a prodigy in quantum mechanics, was pulled from her lab in Tokyo. Major Darius Okafor, an elite special forces operative with a genius-level IQ, was extracted from a classified mission in the Amazon. Dr. Sofia Volkov, a revolutionary AI specialist, was woken from cryosleep at her research station on Europa. As the newly assembled team boarded the Horizon, Ilara couldn't help but marvel at the diversity and sheer brilliance surrounding her. Humanity's best and brightest, united in the face of an unprecedented challenge. "All systems go, Captain," Lieutenant Reeves reported as they approached the coordinates provided by the Guardian. "Take us in, Lieutenant," Ilara ordered, her grip tightening on the armrests of her command chair. As they neared their destination, the fabric of space itself seemed to ripple and tear. A swirling vortex of energy erupted before them, its colors defying description. "My God," Dr. Tanaka breathed, her eyes wide as she stared at the readings on her console. "It's some kind of interdimensional gateway. The physics involved, it's beyond anything we've ever theorized." Before Ilara could respond, the Horizon was enveloped in a blinding light. When it faded, they found themselves in a vast arena that seemed to stretch into infinity. Floating platforms of various sizes and compositions hovered in the void, connected by shimmering bridges of pure energy. "Welcome, champions of Earth, to the cosmic crucible," the Guardian's voice boomed from everywhere and nowhere. "Your trial begins now. Navigate the challenges before you, prove your worth, and you may yet earn the right to claim our legacy." As the voice faded, the arena came to life. Holographic displays materialized on each platform, presenting a dizzying array of puzzles, simulations, and challenges. "Team, spread out and assess the situation," Ilara commanded. "Dr. Tanaka, focus on any physics-based challenges. Major Okafor, I want you to tackle anything that looks combat-related. Dr. Volkov, see if you can interface with any AI systems we encounter." As the team dispersed, Ilara found herself drawn to a central platform. A pulsing orb of energy hovered above it, surrounded by intricate, ever-shifting patterns of light. "Captain, I'm detecting massive energy fluctuations from that central node," Amelia reported over the comm. "Whatever it is, it seems to be the key to this entire construct." Ilara reached out, her hand hovering near the orb. As her fingers made contact, her mind was flooded with information, glimpses of advanced technologies, star maps of uncharted regions, and concepts that defied her current understanding. It's a repository," she gasped, struggling to process the torrent of data. The sum total of the Guardian's knowledge. But it's locked, fragmented across all these challenges. As if in response to her words, the arena shifted. The individual platforms began to move, rearranging themselves into complex, interlocking patterns. "Team, report in," Ilara called out, fighting to maintain her balance as the ground beneath her feet trembled. "Captain, we've got company." Major Okafor's voice crackled over the comm. "Hostile constructs, unlike anything I've ever seen. They're adapting to our tactics faster than we can formulate new ones." Dr. Volkov's voice joined in, tinged with a mix of excitement and frustration. "The AI systems here are incredible. They're not just responding to our inputs, they're anticipating them, evolving in real time. It's like they're alive." As reports flooded in from across the arena, Ilara realized the true nature of their challenge. This wasn't just a test of individual skills or knowledge. It was a crucible designed to push them to their absolute limits, forcing them to work together in ways they never had before. "Listen up, team," she announced, her voice steady despite the chaos unfolding around them. "We're not going to win this by brute force or individual brilliance alone. We need to start thinking like a single organism, pooling our knowledge and adapting as quickly as these challenges are." As if to underscore her words, a massive holographic display materialized above the arena. It showed a countdown timer, ticking away the seconds until what? Failure. Extinction. The stakes were clear, even if the exact consequences remained a mystery. "Dr. Tanaka, I need you to work with Lieutenant Reeves. See if you can decipher the underlying logic of this place, find patterns we can exploit," Ilara ordered. "Major Okafor, coordinate with security teams across all platforms. We need a unified defense strategy." As her team scrambled to adapt, Ilara turned her attention back to the central orb. The glimpses she had seen, if they could unlock even a fraction of that knowledge, it could revolutionize human civilization overnight. But at what cost? A series of explosions rocked the arena, and Ilara saw several platforms crumbling into the void. "Status report," she barked into her comm. "We're losing ground, Captain." Amelia's voice was strained. "These challenges, they're not just testing our knowledge. They're forcing us to question everything we thought we knew about the universe." Ilara's mind raced, piecing together everything they had encountered since first setting foot on Kepler 452 bits. The Guardians, this cosmic arena, the fragmented repository of knowledge. What was it all leading to? And then, like a bolt of lightning, it hit her. "Everyone, listen carefully," she broadcast to the entire team. "We've been approaching this all wrong. The Guardians aren't just testing our abilities, they're testing our potential for growth, for transcendence." She took a deep breath, knowing her next words could determine the fate of their species. "We need to stop trying to solve these challenges within the constraints of our current understanding. We need to use them to evolve, to push past the limitations of human cognition." As her words sank in, a subtle shift began to occur across the arena. Team members who had been working in isolation began to coordinate in new, unprecedented ways. Dr. Tanaka's quantum theories merged with Dr. Volkov's AI algorithms, creating hybrid solutions that defied conventional logic. Major Okafor's tactical prowess melded with Amelia's xenobiological insights, resulting in strategies that anticipated and countered the arena's adaptive challenges. Ilara felt it too, a strange sensation, as if her consciousness was expanding beyond the confines of her physical form. The boundaries between individual minds began to blur, creating a collective intelligence greater than the sum of its parts. As this newfound awareness grew, the challenges that had seemed insurmountable began to crumble. Platforms that had been on the verge of collapse stabilized. Hostile constructs that had adapted to their every move now found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. The central orb pulsed with increasing intensity, responding to their collective breakthrough. Streams of energy arsed out from it, connecting with each team member, each mind now a node in a vast, interconnected network of human potential. As the final seconds ticked away on the countdown, Ilara reached out once more to the repository. This time, instead of fragmented glimpses, she found herself immersed in a sea of knowledge so vast and profound it defied description. The arena shuddered, and for a moment, Ilara feared they had failed. But then, slowly, majestically, the entire construct began to fold in on itself. The separate platforms merged, the challenges dissolved, and the team found themselves back on the bridge of the horizon. But they were changed. Each of them could feel it, a fundamental shift in their perception of reality, of their place in the cosmos. The Guardian's form appeared before them, its ever-shifting visage somehow radiating approval. "You have passed the first trial," it announced. "You have taken the first step towards claiming our legacy. But be warned, the challenges that lie ahead will test you in ways you cannot yet imagine." As the being faded from view, Ilara looked around at her team. She saw in their eyes the same mix of awe, determination, and trepidation that she felt. They had been forged in the cosmic crucible, emerging stronger and more unified than ever before. But as the horizon's sensors detected a massive energy surge from Kepler 452 bits, Ilara knew their journey was far from over. The true test of humanity's potential was just beginning. The quantum nexus. The horizon hung in orbit around Kepler 452 bits, its hulls still vibrating from the energy surge that had rocked the planet moments ago. Captain Ilara Chen stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex that had opened up in the planet's atmosphere. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos unfolding before them. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's fingers flew over her console. "Captain, the vortex, it's not just a spatial anomaly, it's bending time itself. I'm detecting temporal fluctuations unlike anything we've ever encountered." Ilara felt a chill run down her spine. After their experience in the cosmic crucible, she'd have thought they were prepared for anything. But this was beyond even their wildest speculations. "All hands, brace for temporal shear," she shouted as another wave of energy washed over the ship. In that instant, reality seemed to fracture. Ilara found herself experiencing multiple timelines simultaneously. She was on the bridge, but also back on Earth, and somehow also in a future she couldn't comprehend. The sensation lasted only a moment, but it left her gasping. Is everyone all right?" she managed, looking around at her equally disoriented crew. Major Darius Okafor was the first to recover. "Captain, you need to see this," he said, his voice uncharacteristically shaken. On the main view screen, the image of Kepler 452 bits flickered and changed. In rapid succession, they saw the planet as it was now, then covered in vast alien cities, then a barren wasteland, and finally a shimmering orb of pure energy. "It's showing us potential futures," Dr. Sofia Volkov breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "No, not just futures, parallel realities. The quantum possibilities of an entire world." Before Ilara could respond, a familiar voice echoed through the bridge. "You have glimpsed the quantum nexus," the Guardian announced, its form materializing before them. "This is the crucible of reality itself, where the fate of not just your world, but all possible worlds, hangs in the balance." Ilara stepped forward, her jaw set with determination. "What's the nature of this trial? What do you expect us to do?" The Guardian's form rippled, a gesture that might have been amusement. "This is not a trial, Ilara Chen. This is a choice. The knowledge you gained in the cosmic crucible has opened your minds to new possibilities. Now, you must decide the fate of your species across all realities." With a wave of its ethereal hand, the Guardian conjured a series of holographic displays. Each showed a different version of Earth and humanity, some thriving, others on the brink of extinction, and some transformed beyond recognition. The quantum nexus allows for the manipulation of reality at its most fundamental level, the Guardian explained. "You have the power to choose which version of humanity will become dominant across all timelines. But be warned, every choice has consequences, ripples that will echo through eternity." The implications were staggering. Ilara looked at her team, seeing the same mix of awe and terror she felt reflected in their eyes. They held in their hands the power to reshape the very fabric of human existence. "How can we possibly make such a choice?" Dr. Tanaka asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "The variables, the ethical implications, It's too much for any one person to comprehend. Ilara nodded, her mind racing. You're right, Yuki. It is too much for any one person. But we're not just individuals anymore, are we? Understanding dawned on the faces of her crew. Their experience in the cosmic crucible had changed them, linking their minds in ways they were only beginning to understand. We do this together, Ilara declared. Not just us, but all of humanity. We use the quantum nexus to connect every human mind across every reality. Let our species as a whole decide its fate. The Guardian's form pulsed with what might have been approval. A bold choice, but one fraught with danger. The human mind was not designed to perceive multiple realities simultaneously. The strain could shatter your collective psyche. Major Okafor stepped forward, his eyes blazing with determination. With all due respect, you underestimate us. Humanity has faced extinction, war, and hardship. We've stared into the abyss and clawed our way back. We can handle this. Dr. Volkov was already at her console, fingers flying as she worked. I can use the AI systems we encountered in the Crucible to create a buffer, a sort of cognitive firewall to protect individual minds from the full brunt of the quantum data stream. Ilara nodded, a plan forming in her mind. Do it. Yuki, work with Sophia. See if you can use your quantum theories to stabilize the neural network across realities. Darius, I need you to coordinate with every Earth in every timeline. We need a unified response. As her team sprang into action, Ilara turned back to the Guardian. We're ready. Initiate the quantum nexus. The alien being seemed to grow, its form expanding to fill the bridge. Very well. May your species find wisdom in unity. Reality itself seemed to shudder. Ilara felt her consciousness expand, stretching across time and space. She was everywhere and everywhen, connected to every version of herself and every other human who had ever lived or would ever live. The sensation was overwhelming, a cacophony of thoughts, emotions, and experiences threatening to drown her. But then, slowly, a harmony began to emerge. Billions upon billions of minds, working in concert, sifting through the infinite possibilities of human existence. Ilara saw humanity spreading across the stars, unlocking the secrets of the universe. She saw Earth transformed into a paradise and also laid waste by war and greed. She witnessed the rise of human AI hybrids, the merging of organic and synthetic life. In some realities, humanity transcended physical form altogether, becoming beings of pure energy and thought. Through it all, a consensus began to form, not a single unified vision, but a tapestry of interconnected choices. Humanity, in its infinite wisdom and folly, shows diversity. They reinforce the branching paths of human potential, ensuring that no single version of their species would dominate all others. As the quantum nexus began to stabilize, Ilara felt the weight of countless lives and choices settling upon her. She was herself again, but forever changed, carrying within her the echoes of 1 trillion human souls. The Guardian's voice resonated through the bridge, tinged with something that might have been respect. You have chosen wisely, humans. By embracing the multiplicity of your potential, you've ensured your species' survival and growth across all possible futures. As the alien being's form began to fade, it left them with one final message. The true test still lies ahead. Use what you have learned here to face the challenges that await you in the vast cosmic ocean. Remember, the legacy we offer is not a gift, but a responsibility. With that, the Guardian vanished, leaving the crew of the Horizon forever altered. The view screen showed Kepler 452 bits returning to normal, the quantum vortex collapsing in on itself. Ilara looked at her team, seeing in their eyes the same profound change she felt within herself. They had touched the infinite and returned, carrying with them knowledge that would reshape human civilization across all realities. Plot a course for Earth, she ordered, her voice carrying the weight of newfound purpose. It's time we shared what we've learned with the rest of humanity. The greatest journey of our species is about to begin. As the Horizon prepared to leave orbit, Elara couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The Guardians' trials had tested them, changed them, and prepared them for something even greater. Whatever challenges awaited them in the vast expanse of the cosmos, she knew that humanity, in all its infinite variations, would face them together. The stars beckoned, and the future, countless futures, awaited. The singularity crucible. The horizon's return to Earth was met with a mixture of awe and trepidation. As Captain Elara Chen and her crew shared their experiences with the quantum nexus, humanity grappled with the implications of their newfound knowledge. The very fabric of reality had been revealed to be far more malleable than anyone had ever imagined. Dr. Sofia Volkov stood before the United Earth Council, her holographic form flickering slightly as she delivered her report. The quantum entanglement of human consciousness across multiple realities has led to an unprecedented acceleration in our technological and scientific progress. We're calling it the cognition cascade. Murmurs rippled through the chamber as counselors struggled to comprehend the magnitude of what they were hearing. In the span of mere months, Sophia continued, we've achieved breakthroughs that should have taken centuries. Fusion power is now a reality. We've cracked the code of artificial general intelligence. Our first antimatter drive is ready for testing. Counselor Zhen Wei leaned forward, his brow furrowed. And what are the concerns about this cognitive merging? There are reports of people experiencing memories that aren't their own, of children born with knowledge they couldn't possibly have acquired. Before Sophia could respond, alarms blared throughout the chamber. The central holodisplay erupted with urgent reports from across the globe and beyond. Multiple quantum anomalies detected, gravitational fluctuations in the Kuiper belt, temporal shear detected in the Oort cloud. As chaos erupted in the council chamber, a familiar symbol pulsed into existence on the holodisplay. The Guardian's shifting form materialized, its voice resonating with an urgency they hadn't heard before. Humans of Earth, your rapid advancement has triggered the final trial. The singularity crucible has begun. The holodisplay shifted, showing a massive, otherworldly construct materializing at the edge of the solar system. It was a sprawling web of interconnected nodes, each pulsing with energies that defied conventional physics. Your species stands on the precipice of a transformative leap, the Guardian continued. The singularity crucible will test your ability to harness the full potential of your collective consciousness. Succeed, and you will transcend the limitations of your current existence. Fail, and the quantum instabilities you've unleashed will tear your reality apart. As the Guardian's form faded, leaving behind only the ominous image of the crucible, Elara's voice cut through the chaos. Council, we need to act now. Assemble a team. No, Captain, Councillor Amon Cozy interrupted, her eyes blazing with a newfound determination. Not a team. All of us. Every human, every AA, every consciousness that calls Earth home. We face this together. What followed was a mobilization unlike anything in human history. The quantum links forged during the Nexus event was strengthened, creating a vast neural network that spanned not just Earth, but every human outpost in the solar system. Dr. Yuki Tanaka led a team of scientists in reconfiguring the horizon for the perilous journey to the singularity crucible. We've integrated quantum processors that can tap into the collective human consciousness, she explained as Elara toured the upgraded ship. In essence, every person on Earth will be with us, their knowledge and creativity at our fingertips. Major Darius Okafor, now interfaced with Earth's unified defense AI, coordinated a fleet of unmanned drones to accompany the horizon. We're not just bringing firepower, he said, his eyes glowing faintly with neural implant activity. These drones are extensions of our collective will, capable of reshaping themselves at the quantum level to adapt to any threat. As the horizon approached the singularity crucible, the crew felt the weight of all humanity's hopes and fears. The construct loomed before them, its scale defying comprehension. My God, Sophia breathed, her eyes wide as she stared at the readings on her console. It's not just a physical structure. It's a nexus point for all possible futures of our species, undetecting timelines branching and collapsing at an impossible rate. Ilara steeled herself, feeling the presence of billions of minds linked with her own. Take us in, Helm. Destiny awaits. As they entered the crucible, reality itself seemed to fracture. The crew found their consciousness split across multiple versions of themselves, experiencing countless potential futures simultaneously. In one timeline, humanity had become beings of pure energy, their minds spanning galaxies. In another, they had merged with their AI creations, forming a hybrid species of unparalleled intelligence. Still another showed a humanity that had mastered the quantum realm, slipping between realities as easily as stepping through a door. But there were darker futures too, timelines where the power they had unleashed led to devastation, where human consciousness fractured and fell into eternal chaos. Focus. Ilara's voice cut through the quantum noise, anchoring the crew to their primary reality. We need to find the nexus point, the fulcrum upon which all these futures balance. As they pushed deeper into the crucible, they encountered challenges that tested the very limits of human potential. Paradoxes that required simultaneous solving across multiple timelines. Entities born from the quantum foam, their existence a threat to the very fabric of spacetime. Through it all, the crew of the Horizon persevered, bolstered by the collective will and intellect of their entire species. Dr. Tanaka's quantum theories, amplified by the processing power of billions of minds, allow them to navigate the shifting realities. Major Okafor's tactical brilliance, enhanced by humanity's combined military knowledge, outmaneuvered threats that should have been unbeatable. And at the heart of it all was Ilara. Her consciousness expanded to encompass the hopes and dreams of every human who had ever lived or would ever live. She became a focal point, a quantum observer whose choices could collapse the myriad possibilities into a single, defining moment for her species. As they reached the center of the crucible, a blinding light engulfed them. Ilara found herself face to face with a being that seemed to be composed of pure potentiality, the avatar of the singularity itself. You stand at the crossroads of your species' destiny, the being intoned, its voice echoing across realities. Here, you must make the choice that will define humanity for all time. Will you embrace transcendence, shedding your physical forms to become beings of pure consciousness? Will you merge with your creations, forming a new hybrid species? Or will you remain as you are, preserving your humanity in the face of infinite possibility? Ilara felt the weight of countless lives resting upon her decision. But as she prepared to speak, she realized that she was not alone. The collective consciousness of humanity surged within her, a chorus of voices united in purpose. We choose. All of it, Ilara declared, her voice resonating with the will of her entire species. Humanity's greatest strength has always been its diversity, its ability to adapt and grow. We will not constrain ourselves to a single path. The avatar of the singularity seemed to pulse with approval. A wise choice, but one that comes with great responsibility. Are you prepared for the challenges that such a fragmented destiny will bring? Ilara stood tall, feeling the support of billions. We are. Whatever the cosmos throws at us, we will face it together, in all our myriad forms. With those words, the singularity crucible began to collapse in on itself. But rather than destruction, it was a transformation. The countless timelines and possibilities condensed, merging with the crew of the Horizon and through them, all of humanity. As the light faded, Ilara found herself back on the bridge of the Horizon. But she, and every human in existence, was forever changed. They had become quantum beings, existing simultaneously across multiple states of being. The Guardian's form appeared one final time, radiating an energy that felt almost parental. You have surpassed our greatest expectations, humans. The legacy we offer is now yours, not as a gift, but as a mantle of responsibility. The cosmos awaits, with challenges and wonders beyond imagining. As the Guardian faded from view, Ilara looked at her crew, at the shimmering quantum forms that now overlaid their physical bodies. She saw in their eyes the same mix of awe, determination, and infinite potential that she felt within herself. "Plot a course," she commanded, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's newfound destiny. "Not just for Earth, but for the edges of the known universe. It's time we took our place among the stars." As the horizon prepared to leap into the quantum unknown, Elara couldn't help but smile. They had faced the singularity crucible and emerged victorious, not by conquering it, but by embracing the infinite possibilities it offered. The greatest adventure in human history was about to begin, and every possible version of humanity was ready to face it head-on. The cosmic tapestry. The quantum-enhanced horizon streaked across the galaxy, leaving behind trails of iridescent possibility. Captain Elara Chen, now existing in multiple quantum states simultaneously, observed the cosmos through senses that defied conventional understanding. The crew, each a nexus of human potential, prepared for their greatest challenge yet. Approaching the galactic core anomaly, Lieutenant Reeves announced, his voice resonating across multiple frequencies. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's eyes glowed with quantum fire as she analyzed the readings. "It's unlike anything we've encountered. A confluence of dark matter, quantum foam, and something else, something ancient." The view screen shifted, revealing a sight that staggered even their enhanced perceptions. At the heart of the Milky Way churned a massive vortex of energy, threads of reality weaving in and out of existence. It was as if the fabric of the universe itself was being knit and unraveled simultaneously. The cosmic tapestry, Elara breathed, the name coming to her from some deep, collective knowledge. This is where it all begins and ends. Suddenly, alarms blared across all quantum frequencies. Major Darius Okafor's form flickered as he processed the threat. Multiple hostile entities detected. They're unraveling realities as they approach. The space around the horizon warped as bizarre, eldritch creatures phased into view. They defied description, existing partially in our reality and partially in dimensions beyond human comprehension. Tentacles of pure probability lashed out, threatening to erase the ship and its crew from existence. "Cosmic devourers," Dr. Sophia Volkov gasped, her enhanced mind racing to comprehend the threat. "They feed on possibility itself, consuming entire timelines." Elara's mind expanded, tapping into the collective consciousness of humanity across all realities. "All hands, initiate Quantum Defensive Formation Alpha. We are the guardians of human potential. We will not falter." The horizons formed blurred, splitting into multiple quantum echoes. Each version of the ship engaged a different devourer, weapons firing beams of concentrated possibility that rewrote the local laws of physics. As the battle raged across dimensions, Elara realized that conventional tactics wouldn't be enough. They needed to think beyond the constraints of linear time and causality. "Dr. Tanaka, can we use the cosmic tapestry itself as a weapon?" Elara asked, her mind already formulating impossible strategies. Yuki's eyes widened with understanding. "If we can interface with the tapestry, we might be able to reweave reality around the devourers. But the energy required, it would mean sacrificing our quantum enhancements. We'd be rendered purely human again." The weight of the decision pressed down on Elara. To save humanity's future, they might have to give up the very power that brought them to this point. But as she looked at her crew, she saw in their eyes the same determination that had carried them through every trial. "Do it," Elara commanded. "Humanity's strength has always been in our ability to adapt, to face the unknown with nothing but our wits and courage. If we must face our greatest challenge as mere humans, then so be it." Dr. Volkov's hands danced across quantum interfaces, initiating tapestry interface. Brace for anything. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath as the horizon connected with the cosmic tapestry. Colors that had no name in human language washed over the ship. The crew felt their quantum enhancements being drawn away, fueling a power beyond imagination. Elara stood at the center of the maelstrom, her consciousness stretched to its limits as she directed the awesome energies of creation itself. With a thought, she rewove the fabric of space-time around the devourers, trapping them in closed loops of causality. The eldritch beings writhed in transdimensional agony as they were unraveled thread by thread, their very existence undone by the power they sought to consume. As the last devourer faded from reality, the cosmic tapestry pulsed with newfound vitality. The horizon hung in space, its crew returned to their baseline human forms, exhausted but triumphant. Ilara slumped in her chair, feeling simultaneously diminished and more alive than ever before. "Status report," she managed, her voice hoarse. "All devourers neutralized," Captain Okafor reported, a hint of awe in his voice. "But there's something else. The tapestry, it's changing." The view screen shifted, showing the galactic core anomaly transforming. The chaotic vortex of energy was coalescing, taking on a form that seemed almost sentient. A voice that was both familiar and utterly alien resonated through the ship, bypassing their ears and speaking directly to their minds. "Children of Earth," it intoned, its words carrying the weight of eons. "You have proven yourselves worthy not just of the Guardian's legacy, but of something far greater. You have become weavers of reality, protectors of the cosmic tapestry itself." The being, for it was clear now that the tapestry was alive in some incomprehensible way, continued. "For too long we have watched as species rose and fell, as realities were born and died. But in you, we see a potential that transcends the cycle of cosmic renewal." Images flooded their minds, glimpses of possible futures where humanity spread across the multiverse, not as conquerors, but as caretakers. They saw themselves as bridges between realities, negotiating peace between warring dimensions, nurturing fledgling universes, and defending the very concept of existence against threats beyond imagination. "The power you wielded against the devourers was but a fraction of what you might become," the tapestry explained. "But true strength lies not in godlike abilities, but in the choices you make with the gifts you possess. You chose to sacrifice your enhancements to save others. That is the essence of what we seek in our successors." Ilara stood, her back straight despite her exhaustion. "We're honored, but we're just one ship, one small group of humans. How can we possibly take on such a monumental responsibility?" The tapestry's response was tinged with what might have been amusement. "You misunderstand, Ilara Chen. We are not choosing you alone. We are choosing all of humanity in all its infinite variations across all possible timelines. You will be our ambassadors, returning to Earth with an invitation that will reshape the destiny of your entire species." As the import of the tapestry's words sank in, Ilara felt a surge of both excitement and trepidation. They had come seeking answers about humanity's place in the cosmos, and instead found themselves on the threshold of a journey beyond imagination. "There will be challenges ahead," the tapestry warned. "Other species may view your ascension with fear or jealousy. The responsibility of shepherding realities is not to be taken lightly, but we believe that humanity, with its boundless creativity, adaptability, and compassion, is ready to take its place as custodians of the cosmic order." As the tapestry's presence began to fade, it left them with one final message. "Return to your world, children of Earth. Share what you have learned. Prepare your people for a transformation beyond anything they have ever dreamed. The next chapter in the story of existence awaits, and you shall be its authors." The Horizon's systems hummed back to life, plots already being laid in for the journey home. But it was clear to everyone on board that they were returning to a world that would never be the same. Ilara looked at her crew, seeing in their eyes the same mix of wonder, determination, and nervous excitement that she felt. They had ventured into the unknown, faced challenges beyond comprehension, and emerged not just victorious, but transformed. "Well," she said, a smile tugging at her lips, "I suppose to boldly go has taken on a whole new meaning." As the Horizon prepared to leap back across the galaxy, Ilara couldn't help but marvel at the journey that had brought them to this point. From first contact on a distant world to becoming the heralds of humanity's cosmic destiny, it had been an adventure beyond imagining. And yet, she knew, the greatest chapters of their story was still to be written. Humanity stood on the brink of a new era, poised to take its place among the fundamental forces of the universe itself. The stars beckoned, not just with the promise of exploration, but with the challenge of stewardship. And humanity, in all its messy, beautiful complexity, was ready to answer the call. As the horizon vanished into faster-than-light travel, the cosmic tapestry pulsed once more, threads of possibility weaving the first strands of a future limited only by the boundless potential of the human spirit. The adventure of eternity had only just begun.